So far, petition against the Chief Justice was sent to the President. President also did what he's supposed to do in consultation with the Council of State. Almost established a prima facie. The Chief Justice has been suspended. President has set up a committee, and the committee has started their sittings, hearing, and everything. The process, so far, in the coming days and weeks, what should Ghanaians expect according to law as far as the Chief Justice petition against a removal is concerned?
Yo, Bedasi. The government spokesperson are trying informing Ghana for say the committee has started. Obviously, Madam Torkono or no so actual ni response as part of ni rights the right to a fair hearing say ubi eka say why ye bibi na against yemra no makwan say woso brabe treyen response on whatever they are accusing you of. Enti enuna Madam Torkono aye. Now to see you be compare petition any response not based on that lawyer for petitioners on almost benya kwan say do cross examine Madam Torkono on their watro also so Madam Torkono the lawyers also be cross examination also cross examine the petition and I had to say court on both sides, the petitioner and the respondent. Obia benya chance to cross-examine each person, and that is how it works. And just for committee, committee to say, I had to say court, what court, and members. So I am more or less like judges. Now what kawasem you'll be cross-examined. There was what you'll be cross-examined. I'm sure say there will be a recorder. And also, whatever to record their work so far. Now proceeds in Nyano, Yabema Obia copy for everybody to follow. Now evidence, not petitioners no one so they will present it, and by now they've presented to the committee and Anka Madam Torkono to what answer to that petition, to that evidence and all that. And the company who say colleague in Semcheni loud. Kevin Taylor, I released some documents. Say, Madam Torkono Neba, was given some contract on judicial service, which now make up. I was so surprised because a very serious, issue. Design 37 Limited, and we share directors Noah. They are all, it's so clear, say the two directors, Adam, Sarah, Amiga Torkono, first director. Now, you were Seriam Francis, Afi Torkono, on your director also, any and also second secretary, so your friend the same Seriam Francis, Afi Torkono, and looking at where your investigation and records from the Registrar General's Department say Design 37 Limited omu contract judicial service to do finishing and all that amounting to 434,291 in terms of redesigning of judicial service library and judges lounge. What you see and clearly way even conflict of interest. If all this is submitted, said the that means it will also be part of the issue that will be discussed. It was our committee. This alone, way crampo alone, is enough.
This is not part of the petitioner's claim.
It can still be brought because automatically it's a matter of public concern. Say petitions are mature, but it doesn't mean say there will not be chances to include issues of when you now you're bracketing as misconduct. What you say? The procedure in which Chief Justice a petition. it doesn't mean say petition no there were trope and no na yebehwe debi. It is just the first step. And once a prima facie case has been established, now committee has been set up. Now committee normal starting in terms of investigating the matter. Other people are, the public is still invited to still slot in such issues. It's a committee. And the committee way na abano kampono can be submitted to the committee as part of the issue of gross misconduct. But yes, because the actual in a petition it has been put in one bracket. Gross misconduct. It's gross misconduct there. Everything that is grounded in terms of gross misconduct is allowed. A conflict of interest. We all know, say,
can she be subject to any form of punishment for conflict of interest? Say, or a chief justice and an emamiensa a be a company. And yamo contract. Contract one of the mom is she as a
the
chief
judicial
justice
service is headed. The judicial service is under the chief justice. Diobekano and Nuna judicial service. She has power over the judicial service. Even though there's a head, right? Chief justice is the head of the whole judiciary. What you see, and the fact say anybody could have done this job. But once you occupy office, and not just the fact that you're a chief justice, any public office who occupies as a public official or official, to me relatives, and now you can't give yourself contracts. Well, it is more of giving yourself contract because so it is more of awarding yourself contract, and we all know say that one is conflict of interest, and yet this platform now you be conflict of interest. It is a matter that obia occupy officer that when they engage in conflict of interest, you see everybody up in arms calling for the sack, investigation, prosecution. Your friend is MPP time now, former your friend public procurement authority boss couple engaging in awarding himself contract. It was conflict of interest. He was made to step aside, investigated, and I'm sure say he'll be prosecution will continue to make sure say he's made to face the full rigors of law. And conflict of interest there, general, very general, and everybody knows say once there's conflict of interest, you are off the table. Apart from the other things that have been written about the petition, and I am very unfortunate. Say the issues of Yemra, make I say, Missy Nabeka say, don't criticize where you eat from. But when we're practicing, this is what we're being told. But with time, my baby realizes say sometimes it's only proper to speak the truth so that at least yebe boa the judiciary. We know I same kesiye. Even this document that has even come out concludes the matter. This particular conflict of interest as a concluding matter no, and to say nkofo kwapo kase we no NDC plotted agenda. Say NDC for na omu ye everything possible to remove the chief justice. This document is enough to conclude it. See no MPP for kwapo no ye demonstration and all that about it. Document way Design 3 Limited that is in charge that was given was awarded contract over 400,000 Ghana cedi. Woma daughters of the chief justice giving contract at the place you are heading.
Aside this conflict of interest claims,
everything.
Abano issues about the travels, official, unofficial travels, the nebani ticketing, the per diem no kranba the buy. Emremuno.
I know that's what I'm saying. I know you see, I know I against Emrano because Emrano clear say the issue is not just traveling with your daughter, but using the state coffers to pay for woman and husband. What you say? I don't think the law stops the chief justice from traveling with his daughter and husband, but say would the a seeker best sponsor will traveling expenses for any family. No, that is what the law is fighting against. And even though I'm say oh 2 kwaya Chief Justice to kwan as I say on funny bodyguard and kono, right? That is how it's supposed to be. But say opese ni family members and on or person only ni family members and to kwanya, not at the expense of the state. But when looking at the petition or the abansika sponsor the tickets or the traveling expenses of the family members, that alone a means a fumrano and it is not this is not a special case that Chief Justice the means it's a different matter. No, it is happens everywhere. Those who do that are made to face the full rigors of law. Sisi ano nkofua omo yusu abansika at the year personal matters against Yemrano. Sisi ano they are made to face the full rigors of law. Don't forget, say the petition about removal may not end there. Why you be against Emrano? It is grounds to remove you, but and yet full stop in terms of the why, because you see, we have engaged in conflict. Conflict of interest is not just removal. You can be prosecuted using abansika sponsor family members, and not just removal. Find a ground for removal. But Aban can say after removal, they can take criminal actions against you. Right? To also make sure say Sika where you sue in certain things, you are made to face the full course of law. And not just grounds.
And to say funny say almost trust say committee finding guilty. Say indeed we're misconducting itself by committing taxpayers' money to the family travels. Now say based on that, President Basso, because of that, she has been removed as a Chief Justice. So Abana and proceed further and press criminal charges against her. Says we cannot retrieve it.
Of course. And no yeka causing financial loss to the state. This falls in the bracket of causing financial loss to the state. What I say, using state coffers to fund your family members. And see, even though a grounds for removal, Abai no betimia kase, they begin criminal actions in the name of causing financial loss to the state, and they are fairly right. What you say, and guilty, and that's another angle that some people have not discussed because it's all about removal. But removal, no, we are. What happens to the money? The state can proceed and make sure say Sika why you sue against Emrano, they'll do everything possible to retrieve the money, right? And also prosecute you. But that is in the hands of Abino. And for me, I am very unfortunate, say, Yabaha, to discuss the misconduct of the Chief Justice. And stepping down, make some of your colleagues in the for say, stepping down doesn't mean sack. She has been suspended pending investigation. And Sisiano said the committee begin in petitions and all that. Once it is established, say she is found culpable and she's guilty, a honor steps will be taken to remove her. Sisiano, what he has been suspended. That's why it's still your friend. Chief Justice, because suspension doesn't mean sack. What you say?
Okay.
Once she's removed, she will no more be called a Chief Justice. And
she becomes former Chief Justice.
Yes, and Justice, but for your friend, Chief Justice, acting Chief Justice, because she has only been suspended because you can say, and she say, everything that has been said are allegations. It must be established by the committee. Say, the yak so far against you, no credit. But until then, even though you evidence that one company, one mamu contract, it will still be put in a category of allegations. When it is established by the committee say, hey, dear who so far no, dear trust so far no clear, then it becomes grounded that indeed no, what from Emrano, and based on that, you will now be removed. What you here?
Well, my young can't for say Guswa share live for original TV, Sans original FM. So Also share enche you be phone lines na tum, but before lawyer you be phone lines na tum. Lawyer, what's your take about Sammy Jemfi? Issues about a trending for a whole week. You can say MPP minority, a petition SRAJ, a petition Office of the Special Prosecutor, a petition CID to investigate Sammy Jemfi because according to them, Sammy Jemfi breached laws of this country. It needs to be investigated. Your take, not your personal opinion, but legally. Ediana Sammy Jemfi ya emremo wachia.
Samuel, right from the beginning of this agenda, na me say, because clearly it looked like a plotted plan. Say okay, yen divert importance of your bread and butter issues. Said ya your dollar no air conform. Said ya niema ye magana for. Said ya Ghana for almost focusing on making sure say a no be accounted to us as a people. Now yeah, we see a time over a matter that a very normal Ghana ha. Sami and last week me call a year. Me call to me call a year na at least uni bibi kakra kotokum. Because as a political figure, as a professional, who party boys, who for sympathizers, people that almost they just admire you. Very normal to give out money at funerals, outdooring, wedding. They're very normal. Dear Sammy Jemfi, it is one of the normal things that you do. And just 2 years, and you are not 2 years ago, 2 days ago, President Mahama, Emma, Obi, woman, or I don't know whether it was a voter region, in the presence of
that's Dodowa.
Dodowa, all man of Ghana City. Onugo can say, be reminded that whatever I gave the lady is 500 Ghana City and not $500.
Yeah.
Because it's very normal. Say, uko function. Ubema, at least giving out something is just a kind gesture. Yes, it's a separate issue. Say party food soldiers are making noise or complaining about the fact say the person yamasa sikano or no criticize NDCS. That one is a different matter. That one Sami has apologized. It's very normal. That one, I mean, it is right for party people no say they was wrong to have given, and that is why Sami apologized for that act. But in general, no, it's very normal. The only unfortunate part say on no way who say obi a video him, and I was saying say usually as politicians, dear you say your ma obi sika na ye call kind ewo ye kan mu a, we close our doors. That was perhaps the error of Sami, because usually you be your door na you can sika as politicians. So we be my sika no a door say okutu come say omeba utina ukamua, and I think that Sami must learn from this. You close your door, you count your money and roll your class down and give it out. That was perhaps the issue that Emma Assembly echo viral, and we had to discuss it for a week. And because usually as politicians, you hardly see a politician taking money and counting. Either say or you sikano krampa on kind, because when you start counting in comfort air show. But this matter is much ado about nothing. Because dear Sami you know, he will not be the first and last person giving at a function. That is why President Mahama Krampo and ma 500 Ghana City.
So who say a very fruitless effort?
It is a useless effort.
SRAJ, OSP, CID Committee, national investigation, national resources into investigating Sammy Jemfi this matter brought for them from MPP minority. Committee taxpayers money into investigations.
I'm not sure, say, if the grounds, if say grounds of Sakrata to SRAJ, special prosecutor, no, the fact say or the sika emma agrada, then it will fall flat. I've not seen the petition yet, but say because of just that money, that is not grounds to rise akrata. I'm expecting a different grounds altogether.
Okay.
But say because on the dollars, when and he's not the first to have dollars. In Korea, they have dollars in their pocket. Sometimes who was kana ebia who see the no and so and now you don't want to give out your CD and you want to even ebia make the person feel a bit happy because oh dear Charlie me the and then more CD by way they and then remember pounds and not dollars. It's very normal. And Korea say if it's because it's the issue of Sakrata is because any it will fall flat. But say other things we are yet to see. But the gesture of Sabi Jemfi in giving Agrada a talking, Mami can talking because it was a kind gesture because yaba a year, and I can say, oh, Charlie, my baby, which is very normal. So Charlie, what about you? Oh, Charlie, Charlie, you will not go empty-handed. See at the end of the day, major for yourself. A lot of our colleagues do that all the time. Once only yes, sir. I mean, out of kind, you give out Charlie. That one is very normal. You will not be the first and last person. Samuel Kwauya. Who Kwauya? If you do it, not in dollars, not in the but I mean, you can get down here. See, you bet messages from the CIA. You bet who your boys were.
As for God, they have been.
Oh, and don't forget, it might not necessarily be money. It can be food. It can be anything. So, say, auntie, she said, no, you see for you who boy be can say, oh Charlie, you call Aliza, Nenko Didia. You better say, okay, Sammy, because of your program, how much do you earn for you to go and spend a plate? I'm just saying, a plate can be close to 200 cities or 300 cities.
3 to 4.